Cocktails are an essential and exciting part of the Clubhouse drinks offering. It's what sets us apart from the competition. So in order to deliver amazing cocktails, we've invested in and implemented a global training scheme called Bar Basics. Over the past year, we've been flying all over the world, teaching our local teams the art of mixology and ensuring they fully understand the basics. It's these details that elevate a good cocktail into an amazing one, and this attention to detail needs to be ensured in every single serve that we deliver to our guests. By providing our teams with premium ingredients and the best equipment money can buy, and structured training, we ensure that we are market leaders, not only in the airline industry, but in the wider cocktail world as well. It's not rocket science. It's adding the ice at the right time to avoid dilution. It's cutting the fruit to get the most out of the juice. It's about treating the ingredients with respect so that the freshness and flavours are allowed to shine through. It's about doing it right every single time with passion and enthusiasm. We've produced some short guides to demonstrate the ingredients and love that goes into each of our cocktails. But in this particular film, I want to go back to the most fundamental techniques within the Bar Basics training program, starting with one of the most important elements, the glass. So first of all, we're going to take our glass and just make sure it's clean. No smears, good condition, no chips. It's all about the detail. So if we find it's not perfect quality, get rid of it. For this first technique, we're going to learn to apply a salt rim to the glass. This is a garnish that's used for the margarita and means that a little bit of salt is applied to the outside of the glass to enhance the cocktail when the customer is drinking it. So what we're going to do is take our lime wedge and run around half of the rim of the glass, like so. Then we'll take our salt, and where we've run the lime, just dab. And in clubhouses, what we do is we only salt half the rim to give the guest the choice between drinking from the salted side or the naked side. And all we'll do is take a little napkin, run round the inside of the glass to ensure that it's not too much, shake off, and there it is, ready. So that's the salt rim done. The next technique I'd like to cover is the glass chill. Again, take another glass, check over, make sure it's in pristine condition. The glass chill is really simple, there's not much to it really, but it's something that when I see in a bar, it means that the barman knows exactly what they're doing. It shows the attention to detail that means this is going to be a great cocktail. All we're doing is filling the glass with ice so that when you put the cocktail in it, it maintains its crisp, cold taste and we're not heating up the cocktail. So all we're going to do is take a good scoop of crushed ice and fill. That then goes to one side. Then you make your cocktail. Do that before so that the glass is getting nice and cold. So next what we're going to do is talk about mixing our cocktails. There's two ways of doing this. There's stirring and shaking. First of all, we're going to cover off the stirring. So stirring is a really delicate way of finessing our cocktails down to the right temperature without shaking them and getting air into the mix. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Yarrow mixing glass. We're going to add our spirits first. So this is to ensure that we haven't got any dilution from the ice. We always hit it first with the liquor. Then we're going to take our cubed ice and fill it right to the top. And then our bar mixing spoon is in, hold the base and start to stir. So as we stir the cocktail, what we're going to find is the liquid comes up the side of the glass and gets colder and colder. And that's what we're looking for. But what we'll be really careful of is not allowing the cocktail to dilute too much. Otherwise you end up with too much water in your drink and you lose the flavour. As that's done, take your chilled glass, shake out the ice. And then because this drink hasn't been agitated, there won't be ice in the mix. So all we need to do is take our Hawthorn strainer and pour. So we've covered off stirring now, and we're going to move to shaking. As before, we're going to bring a glass up and chill it down so it's ready for when we've finished shaking our cocktail. And then we're going to bring up our Boston shaker. 2 parts, the larger section and then the base, which is the tin we build the cocktail in. As with before, we're going to add our liquor first. Again, we don't want dilution. Now we're going to fill it with lots of ice. The more we can get in, the better. We take the top section and give it a whack. Now what we're going to do is pick it up and turn it over. And what we're going to find is the seam here needs to be pointing over our shoulder, because if that splits and the liquid goes forward all over our guest, we haven't got a good situation. Now we're going to take our tin and make sure we hold it really securely, and we're going to shake it, not tickle it, we've got to shake it like a good one. And what we're going to see is condensation form on the outside of the tin, and that's when we know that the drink is really, really cold. So you'll see here the condensation. Give it a nudge, undo our tin. And then because we've shaken this cocktail, there's going to be ice fragments in it from the agitation. So we're going to take our Hawthorne strainer, but we're also going to take a fine strainer. Take our chilled glass. What this does is removes all the tiny particles of ice. And that's how we're going to shake a cocktail. Now that we've done that, we've covered off stirring and the glassware, we're going to move on to how we create the garnishes to finish the drinks. So garnishes are a finishing flurry. They make sure that the drink looks finished, elegant, it shows attention to detail, and it shows the skill and the craft of the person working behind the bar. So what we're going to do is start off with the spritz. We're going to basically cover the drink in essential oils to give it a real sort of essence of lemon. So for the spritz, we're going to take a whole lemon and a serrated bar knife. Just going to take the top and bottom off. And then we're going to cut downwards and remove a nice section of the skin. So you'll see on the skin here we've got the pith. We want to remove as much of that as possible. And we're going to take our piece of skin and we're going to roll it like so. You'll see that all the oil's going over the drink. That just gives it the scent of the lemon. And with the same bit of skin, we're just going to rub it around the edge and on the stem. What that's going to do is, as we pick up our drink, the warmth from our fingers will release more essential oil, so you get the scent of the citrus. So now for the curl. So this is the garnish that's going to sit on the edge of the glass. We take our lemon, we take a nice slice down the outside. You can use a peeler for this. Then what we're going to do is, again, remove as much of the pith as possible. This just means that it's not too bulky. It's a really delicate, elegant, finished twist. And then we're going to cut this piece of skin so it looks a bit more elegant into a barrel shape, like so. Like that. Cut a small slot down the middle. We're going to roll it. What we end up with is a nice piece of skin we can sit on the rim of our glass, like so. So next up, we're going to cover off the lime wedge, which is the garnish associated with the gimlet. Really simple, this one. Take a whole lime, bar knife, cut down the middle, cut your wedge into another third. Take this wedge and cut between the flesh and the skin half the way round, like so. Take this wedge and place on the rim of the glass, like that. That's the lime wedge. So in order to show you the next 3 garnishes we'll be looking at, it's easier to show you with just one drink, which is the bramble. And by building this cocktail, we're going to be able to show you how to make an ice shell, how to make a lemon slice, and also how to do the drizzle. So what we're going to do is take our glass and fill it with crushed ice, like so. So the first step, we're going to make the ice shell. We need to take our juice press, and we're going to fill it with crushed ice, like so. Bring over the handle and crush it. This then gives us our shell. For that lemon slice, we're going to take a whole lemon, cut it in half. And these slices need to be all the same thickness. It's nothing worse than seeing bar mise en place all uneven. So we take one of these, and we're going to put it in our ice shell. And this is going to get finished for the benefit of the bramble with the blackberry. And finally, we've got to drizzle the drinks. We take our creme de mure, and the idea of the drizzle is to allow a bleeding look. So we're going to pour it very carefully over the top, like so. We take our garnish, sit it on top, and there we have it, the bramble. So 2 more garnishes to go, and that is the sugar-coated mint sprig and the mint slap. So what I'm going to do is bring in a mojito, and as with the bramble, these are the base ingredients. We've got the rum in there, we've got the lime in there, and we've got the sugar syrup. And again, as we build the drink, we'll be able to demonstrate to you the different garnishes. So we're going to half fill this glass with ice. And then first of all, we're going to do the mint slap. So the mint slap, we take a couple of sprigs of mint and we take the leaves off, like so. And what we're going to do is slap the mint in our hands to release the oils and the flavours. But what we're not trying to do is break up the mint. There's nothing worse than a mojito that's all bitty and broken down. So we're just going to take the mint in our hand like so, and then slap it like that. That then goes into our drink. And take our bar spoon and we just churn it. All those flavours of the mint will be going through, so. What we'll do is finish with more crushed ice. We're going to take our can of soda. Some lounges use cans, some use bottles, some use guns. Just make sure it's fresh, make sure it's cold. And we're just going to pour it and top up the drink, like so. So to finish off the mojito, we take 1 more sprig of mint, and we're going to pick it down, like so. Take our mint garnish, some icing sugar, and just dip it in. There's nice frosting on the mint, like so. We're going to take that, put that in our mojito, and finish with a straw. There you have a perfect Bacardi mojito. So now we've completed all the garnishes, the techniques, and all the methods you need to complete the Bar Basics program. It's over to you. If you follow the steps, be accurate, don't mess with the recipes, we'll end up with some amazing cocktails, and it will make the clubhouse experience so much better.